Good morning. It's Saturday morning. I'm Lauren Lewis with Power for Parkinson's. This is Young Onset Parkinson's disease circuit training class. Welcome. Before we get started, let me just give you some background. This class is designed for people with young onset with mild symptoms of Parkinson's disease. We will be working, it's a rather challenging class. We will be working for about an hour standing. We will be getting on and off the floor, so you want to make sure that this is something you're comfortable with. I suggest that you have a chair nearby. Some of these exercises you may find a little easier to do and safer with a chair, or just do them next to a wall so you stay safe. You may want to make sure that you have some water and some light weights to use while we're working out. Just a little bit of business to tell you. Power for Parkinson's, in addition to our singing, dancing, and exercise classes, we also do monthly events. And this monthly event will be Monday the 18th with our very own Alan Cole. Alan is on our board, but he's also a professor at UT, social work professor, and he organizes and runs a blog. Very successful and very informative blog called PD Wise. And I encourage you and invite you to come and join us on Monday, the 18th, 2 o'clock Central, for a conversation with Alan. And we can share some information and kind of pick his brain and get some additional information and resources. So I hope you will join us. He is a wealth of knowledge and a great guy to talk with. So let's get started. We're going to start off with our warm-up. Please make sure that you stay safe. We're warming up nice and slowly and safely. You can join me with the warm-up for about 3-minute warm-up, or you can do whatever it is that you can do to get yourself warmed up. Please don't go immediately into something real high energy. Try to slowly build yourself up. I'm going to start off with some modified jacks just to get myself going, and then I'm going to make it a little more intense. So you're welcome to join me or do your own thing, but I'll see you in 3 minutes. So here we go. Modified jacks, we start in the center, we go right, left, center, left, center, right, center, left, and the arms, right, center, left, center, right, center, left. Stay with me, keep going, right, center. By lifting those arms, I'm getting that heart rate overhead, up immediately without really moving too fast. Keep going, right, lift, right, good. Keep those arms ahead, right, and left, right. So I'm just keeping those arms overhead and going a little faster with those arms to get my heart rate up, but the legs are staying slow. 4 more, 3 more, 2, 1. Let's go back to out and in, out and in. Good. We're going to take those modified jacks and make them lower, down, down. Let's change the arms. Reach, drop, reach, drop, reach, drop. Let's take the arms in front. Continue. Front, front. Keep those legs low and go up and down. Up, down, and front and back. Up, down, front and back. Keep going. Up, down, front. I'm starting to feel a nice warmth in my legs, which tells me I'm warming up. Slowly but surely. Up, down, front. Let's do it 2 more times. Up, down, front. Last time. Up, down, front. Now stay here. Out. I'm picking it up a little faster now. Up, right, left. Right and left. The same exercise, the same motion, just a little faster now that I'm a little warmed up in those legs and that arm. You can hear by my voice. I'm starting to get a little winded. That's good. Stay with me. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now I'm going to add a side knee, single side knee. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's turn the other way. Do it again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Let's turn it around and use those arms. Ready? Pump. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch sides. Do it again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, side one more time. 8, 4, last time. 8, face front, knee under, knee goes under, underneath the knee. You're just doing knee lifts, but the arms are going under to increase that heart rate. Woo! I'm starting to feel this. Let's use a little more arm to get those heart rate up, to get the heart rate up. Let's take this to doubles. Ready? To right, to left. Stay with me. To right and left. Let's take those gentle knees to a single kick. Kick. Now I'm warming up those hamstrings and glutes, not just the quads. Let's take it to double. 2 kick right, 2 kicks left. Let's take it to 4 just for fun. 2, 3, 4 and switch. Woo! Go back to single kicks. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, and march it out. Lift those knees nice and high. We're going to take this march and go left. Now take that march and go right. Go left. Go right. Nice and big. So we're warming up those outer and inner thighs. Last time. Come back to center. Stay right here. Open up those legs. Come on down. This is my favorite. You know, I try to throw it in whenever I can. Stay right here and give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now lift up those legs. Last 8, 8, 7, 6. Come on, come on, 5, come on, come on, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. All right. Bring those arms overhead. Bring those arms down. 2 more times. Bring it up. All right, we're trying to get that heart rate down now. Great job. All right, let's turn off the music. And let's get going into our circuit. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exercises in our circle. 6 exercises. Each exercise will be working on large muscle groups, some of them upper body, some of them lower, some core, all large muscle groups. But each exercise also will be focusing on a common symptom of Parkinson's disease. And we'll discuss that after we get those exercises under our belt. So each exercise in our circuit will be done for 50 seconds with about 10 seconds in between to regroup and get in our position. You will be needing some weights, so have those nearby. First exercise is a full body exercise. I'm going to grab my weights for this. We're going to be doing, and I'm going to grab my chair for balance. I'm going to put that chair in front of me once I show you what we're doing. So we're going to do a squat and a lunge. Squat is a sideways motion. We're going to go take that leg to the side. We're going to sit back as if there's a chair, an invisible chair behind us. Okay? And then we're going to take that leg, that right leg, bring it back into the center, and then we're going to do a lunge, a backward lunge, back lunge. And then come up, and then we go to the other side. Now I'm going to tilt slightly so you can see this better. So we're going to go squat, in, way back lunge, and in. Then switch, squat, in, back lunge, in. Arms, if you want to join the arms are going to be doing a curl and a press. So on the squat, we're going to go down with those arms, do your curl, and then your press is in the lunge. Press, squat, press. 2 more. Squat, press. Last time. Squat and press. Make sure that those lunges are 90 degrees. You want to make sure they're nice and far back. Make sure that you're seated squat. You're sitting back. Don't let those knees come forward. You can use that chair in front of you for balance, just to make sure you're safe. I'm going to take this chair away so you can see me, but that chair in front of you will help. I'm going to put 50 seconds on the clock. I'm going to put my music back on, and we're going to get going. So, here we go. Let's see. We got to get the music on first, right? No, we got to get our timer on. Here, music first. Everybody dance. All right. Timer on, 50 seconds. I'm going right. Here we go. Down. Back. Down. Back. Now don't go at my speed once you've got it. Stay at your speed. I'm turning so you can see it. Down. Nice big long lunge. Other leg goes back to the side and then a long lunge. Keep alternating legs. Keep those arms moving. Think about controlled motions. Think about using your entire body. We're getting everything going here. And there's our time, first exercise. Full body, using upper body, using lower body, arms, legs, everything was working. Second exercise rather, we're gonna get onto the floor. We're gonna be doing an up, down, which is also known as a leg thrust. It's not a burpee, but it's very similar. You come up and down, but each leg goes individually instead of jumping. And then from the ground, we're gonna do an elbow to hand push-up. Here's what I mean. Starting off in a standing position, up, down. Come down to the floor. Right leg or left leg goes out. Other leg goes out. Now we're in a plank position. From this position, we go down, down, up, 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 and then in, and up. Once again, standing position. Come down, 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 all the way down to your elbows. Come up, step in, and stand. For some of you, that may be a little more challenging than you're ready for. So you can get as much out of this, as much using all the correct muscles, using your core, your shoulders, your legs, by using the chair instead. So you start standing, put your hands on the chair. Full extension of those legs into a plank. Same thing. Down to your elbows, come back up to your hands, and then step in, keeping your knees bent, and stand. Both are great exercises. Both are working all the same muscles. So let's get going. I'm going to do the first set on the floor, I hope. And maybe for the second set, I may not be as energetic. So here we go. Music's on. Timer 50 seconds. And here we go. Down. Elbow, elbow, hand, step in, stand up. Go at your pace. See if you can alternate legs, if you can remember to do that. And stand. We're working full, all the large muscles here. We're working quadriceps, we're working core, we're working shoulders, and chest. We're working everything here. It's a full body exercise. It's a great exercise. Notice I'm not going so fast that it becomes cardio. I really want to use my muscles here. There's our time. Woo! Heart rate's coming up. Starting to feel a little warmth, huh? Good. That tells me you're working. The next exercise we're going to do is a runner's lunge. A runner's lunge is usually done for a stretch. I like to use it actually as a muscular exercise. Runner's lunge, we're going to come down in almost a plank position. One knee is bent, the other leg is all the way down. Here's your lunge, runner's lunge. It's a great stretch. You're stretching out your flexors. But instead of using it as a stretching exercise, I'm going to ask you to start in this position. Your hands can be on the floor or on your knee. That's okay. It's not cheating. Come up from this position. Try to keep that leg still. Come up. Come to a knee lift. Balance. Take it all the way down and switch legs. Runner's lunge. Up to a knee. Switch. I'm going to use the chair both for balance and for assistance. So I'm going to keep that chair to my side or in front. To this side, so it's the same thing. Runner's lunge. It allows me to hold my position without hurting my back. Runner's lunge. So I'm not down here in a rounded position. I'm flat back. Come up, switch, runner's lunge. All my weight is in that front leg. Lift up and switch. Your choice. Stay at your level. Music's on. We're working those glutes. You're going to really feel it in your glutes. You're welcome. Time is on. Here we go. Full range of motion. Try to get that leg way back. Try to get that leg way back. Push pushing on your heel to lift. Don't let your hands do the work to lift. Try to let your hands just support you. All your weight is on the leg that's on the floor, that front leg. The back leg is in a long extended motion. Come down to that runner's lunge and lift. Don't rush this. Hold that runner's lunge so that you're in position. Tighten up that belly. Good. I know you're feeling this one because I am too. And the chair is just helping me with balance. I'm not using it to lift. And there's our time, 50 seconds. Nice work, great job. The next exercise, we're working. The next exercise will be against the wall, a wall squat. Whoop, something's wrong here. Got it that time. Okay, now we're going to do a wall squat with rotation. So your arms are going to be at 90 degrees here. You're going to be in a wall squat doing knee lifts from a wall squat, but the arms are also important. So I want them at 90 degrees to your side, and we're going to lift one arm at a time. You're going to rotate that wrist, tries to touch the back wall, and then both. So it's single, single, double, single, single, and then both. And then you switch again, single, single, double. When you're doing that rotation, you're pushing your upper back. We're working, this is an upper back exercise. We're working lats and trapezius. We're also working, because we're against the wall, we're also working legs again. So this is our third exercise where we're still using those legs. So you're in this invisible chair position, wall squat, one leg at a time, arms are to your side, one leg at a time comes up. We're going to do right and left, and then both. And every time one arm goes up, one of the legs comes up. See if you can alternate those arms. See if you can use the opposite arm as the leg. That's your choice. Give it a shot. That's kind of a fun exercise. You can do this modified. You can do this seated. Same exercise, same muscles are being used. Instead of an invisible chair, it's a real one. Your arms are all the way out here to your side, not in front of you. Out here as if you're touching the back wall. And you're going to lift one. Well, I'm going to try to lift my opposite, okay? Right arm, left leg. Both, now both, then up, opposite, then both, opposite, then both. All right, do your best, do what you can. It is confusing. This also takes a little thinking in this exercise, but it's a lot of upper body. This is a lot more upper body and lower body. We're using all those large muscles. 50 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Squeezing my upper back, squeezing my upper back, squeezing it down to my hips, squeezing my upper back to my hips, lifting those knees nice and high. Up, I'm looking down to make sure I'm using opposite hands if I can, whenever I can. And I'm alternating single, single, and double. Stay against that wall. Keep those knees nice and high. There's our time. All right. That's kind of a fun one because not only are we using all those large muscles, but we're using this small muscle up here too, right? Okay, the next exercise, we're going to do a plank to a side T, rotation, back to the plank, side T, other side. So what I mean by that is we're going to start in a high plank position. You can do this on the chair. Let me show you the floor first. Starting in a high plank, which means your arms are fully extended. You're not on your elbows. You're full body. You're in a full body plank. We're going to twist and turn to a side plank. That's here. Here's your T. We're making a T. We're going to take that upper arm, curl it underneath, bring it up, and switch arms. Now this arm comes up to a T. I rotate it underneath me, bring it back up and down. So you're in a plank, side plank T, rotate up and around. You can do this again, modified on the chair. Promise, as always, this is just as challenging using all the same muscles. So I'm going to start off in that high plank. I'm going to start off, I'm going to turn so you can see where my arms are. Maybe like this. There we go. So I'm going to start off in a plank. The wider your legs, the more balance you'll have. Stability up to a full side T. Rotate underneath. Bring it up and down. Up. Rotate in. Up and down. I'm going to keep the chair here for me. I'm going to do this on the chair so that I'm being good to my lower back and making sure I'm safe. I encourage you to stay at your level. Do what's right for you. All right. Are you ready? This is using, by the way, all core. This is core and upper body. This is shoulder strength and core stability and strength. 50 seconds. Here we go. In my plank. Up to a T. Rotate under and over. Big T and up. Reach to the sky. Rotate under and lift. Try to really twist that body around so you're getting all that advantage of using all your weight. Try not to overextend, however. Don't go behind you. Just go straight up. Keep your eyes on your hand. You'll be able to see that it's in line with your shoulder, not behind you. Pull your belly nice and tight. And there's our time, 50 seconds. Good. All right. So you may have noticed we have a lot of core exercises today, a lot. Even though it's not always the primary mover, meaning we're not focusing only on the core, but most of these exercises also engage the core. So we really want to make sure that we're using the entire body properly and getting as much as we can out of it. The last exercise is strictly for cardio. We want to get that heart rate up. I'm going to ask you to do some heel digs. A heel dig is simply standing in place, taking your heel in front, digging, push and switch, heel. So we're just bringing that leg in front. Now, it got the name heel digs because you're supposed to push that front, pull it in, push in front, pull it in. But if you don't want to jump, you can just push it in front and switch. And you want to get that heart rate up by using a little more arms instead of jumping. Your choice, do whatever works for you. 50 seconds, get that heart rate up. Come on and join me. We want to strengthen the heart as well as all those other muscles. And here we go. I'm going to use big arms to really get my heart rate up. And I can change those arms for keeping the legs by keeping it here. I'm big on those overhead crosses today. Have you noticed? It does get your heart rate up. I'm going to bring them down, just keeping those legs going forward. Heel, heel. I want you to lift your toe and drop that heel. We'll talk about that in the next session, in the next round, why I want you to do that. But just keep going. Use those heels in front, lift the toes. Here we go. Time. Walk it off. Get your heart rate down carefully and slowly. Carefully and slowly. All right, walk it off, walk it off. All right, we're going to do all those 6 exercises once again, exactly as we had. This time I just want you to understand that we're doing each one what the focus, what the Parkinson's disease symptom focus is. On the first one, it's the squat lunge. The focus is on gait. You want to make sure that you're stepping wide to the side and then real wide going back. So we're working on gait, making sure that you're taking large steps in every direction. That change of direction is difficult for some people, and those large steps become very, very commonly become smaller and smaller. So we want to retrain the brain, refocus on taking large steps. So stay with that. Think about those same exercises, moving all the same muscles, but just making it larger. Here we go. Timer is on, music's on. Here we go. Real wide steps, real deep. And the arms, if you can do them, we're also adding the arms just for strength. But the focus here is all on large wide steps for gait. Make sure your knees are at 90 degrees. Make sure you're not leaning forward on those knees on the squat. Time. All right. Next exercise we're going to do those up, down. I'm going to use the chair this time. Up, down, elbow to hand. This is all about range of motion. I want you to think about where your body is, range of motion. So make sure that your arms and legs are fully extended, fully. And I use the up, down so you can look and see where your legs are and where your arms are. Range of motion is another symptom, very often lost or diminished. Here we go. Time on. Use that upper body strength to increase your, for those push-ups. And here we go. Up, down. Big step out. Elbow. Come up. Come in. Stand tall. Reach. Drop. Bring it in. Bend those knees and stand tall. Try not to bend the arms when they're supposed to be straight, like here. Only bent on the elbow and then straight on those push-ups. Belly tight on the left, working core. Time. All right, let me get the chair out of the way. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it here because the runner's lunge is next. Runner's lunge, once again, runner's lunge works also on gait. We want to make sure that leg is way out, but also I've added that knee for balance. So now we're working on balance, a very, very common symptom of Parkinson's. We want to make sure that we're strengthening that balance. So that's why I added that. Come on down into your runner's lunge. Have the chair nearby for balance if you can. Here we go, full range of motion. Get that leg back. Lift and switch. That leg is way back, it's not bent. Lift and switch. Pushing on your heel to lift. Push on that heel that's on the ground. You're really going to feel that in your glute. Maybe not just now, but maybe tomorrow too. I love that. Woo! Lost my balance on that one. I have to focus. All right, nice work. Go against the wall for this one, or your chair. We got the wall squats coming up next. As I explained, we want to rotate those arms. On this one, we're working on the upper body, that squeezing of that upper body, we're working on posture. So I want you to really think about squeezing those shoulder blades down, in and down. So we're working on posture, making sure that you don't end up with that slumped back, that you're standing tall. And again, gait, lifting your knees nice and high. Hit against that wall. 50 seconds on. Here we go. Bend the knees. Opposite arm and leg. And then I threw in both of them just to use the cognitive, to make your body, make your brain think a little harder to do this. If you're watching your legs and arms, it becomes a little easier to remember to use opposites to lift. Make sure you're pushing your back into the wall. And there it is. Nice work. Hopefully you were able to really focus on working your upper back and your legs together, and also alternating those arms and legs. Good for you. All right, the next one is the plank. Side plank to the T with the rotation. We're working on rigidity, upper body. We want to make sure that we're not stiff. I'm going to use my chair again. Getting on your, starting in a plank position. 50 seconds on. In a plank position. Now, for this exercise, we're working range of motion. Here it is. But now I'm adding rigidity or make sure that your body is more fluid by adding that rotation. This again is another common symptom, so we want to make sure that we are fighting against it. Reaching nice and tall. And of course, this is a core exercise. This is all about your abs and your obliques, the muscles that hold you up, the muscles that control you, and help with balance. Keep those hips low. Try not to let your hips lift up and change the exercise. Up, rotate, and up. Here's your time. All right, last exercise is your heel toe. We're just going core. Sorry, cardio. So I'm going to leave the music on. I'm going to give you a second to get up. Remember, it's heel, heel. All right, 50 seconds on the clock. Here we go. I like this exercise because it doesn't take a lot of thinking. It doesn't take a lot of muscle activity, so I'm not really using my muscles too strenuously. But by doing it for 50 seconds, my heart rate is definitely going up. And I can bend a little lower to make it a little muscular. By making it a little more muscular, I'm using more muscles, more energy. So I'm bending down a little more, maybe, yeah. And I'm punching those arms up and down again to get the heart rate really high. Woo! Time. Get the heart rate down. We have one more cycle to go. One more circuit. We're going to do this whole thing one more time, but this time I'm going to add in just a little more cognitive, a little more brain game. Get that heart rate down, and we'll get started with our last and final circuit of this section of our exercise this morning. We're going to start off with those squats. I'm going to ask you, every time you go to the right, you do that squat. I want you to come up with a girl's name, and you can come up with two girls' names if you want, but whenever you're on the right side and when you're on your left side, come up with a boy's name. Come up, and a boy's name. And again, you can do two or just one on each side, your choice. Let's get going. I'm going to put the music on, 50 seconds. Girls' names right, boys' names left. Go. Whoops. Try not to change your form. Try to use those legs nice and big. You're still lifting your legs. Large, wide motions. Way out to the side and way back behind you. Keep the form while you're thinking. While you're using your brain for two things. For moving and for coming up with names. Guess what? Forgot to put the timer on, but that's got to be 50 seconds. All right, nice work. Good. Hopefully, maybe you got a little extra there. I don't know. It felt like a minute to me. How about you? Good. Okay. The next exercise is the hand to elbow, up, up, down, down. This time I want you to come up with drinks. Anything that people use to drink. And it could be an adult beverage or not. Anything that you use to drink to satisfy to quench your thirst. All right, and you can do as many as you want or only when you're up, up, down, down. Your choice, but I want you to come up with as many as you can for the full 50 seconds. This time I promise, I'm going to put the timer on. I'm going to bring my chair over to assist me. And here we go. Drinks. Timer on. get those legs way behind you. Remember, we're not just thinking of drinks, we're also working on range of motion in those arms. We're working on pushing up using our belly, our core. Everything is working. Your brain has a lot to do here, along with your body. All right, keeping the chair here for my runner's lunge. Remember, all the way down to the floor if you can, or as low as you can. Working on range of motion, working on balance in this one. Lots of balance. All right, I'm going to leave the music on. This time, while we're going, I want you to think of things that are associated with football. We're heading into Super Bowl season, so my mind's on football. So I want you to think of anything that's associated with football. Let me give you things in the fans, things that you do while you're at a football game, things that are included in football, things you need to play football, whatever it is. Every time, just think of as many as you can. All right, here we go. Put the timer on. And here we go. Now I'm still working on my form. My knee is at 90. My back is way, my other leg is way back. Straight. Knee is bent. Come up. Find my balance. Working on balance. Range of motion. Glutes. Large muscles. Football. Against the wall squats. The wall squats. For the wall squats, your assignment, woo! I don't know why I can't get this to stop, so we're just going to keep it on. It won't affect us, right? Wall squats. Okay, when you're lifting, let's not do both. Let's just do right side or no, both. So right side, every time you lift that right arm, you're counting by twos. Every time you lift your left arm, you're counting by tens. Twos and tens. So let's not do both. Let's just do alternating right, left, but counting by twos and tens against the wall or in your chair. Timer on. 50 seconds. Here we go. Counting by twos or tens. Arms are here. Pushing your shoulder blades back. Okay, I'm getting confused. How about you? Don't keep that form going. Keep those knees bent while you're thinking. Keep those arms pushing. Great job. All right, we're going to hit the floor for our planks again, our T planks. This time I want you to, every time you come up, every time you come up with a famous person whose name starts with Steve. Steve, there's a lot of famous Steves. It can be a chef, it can be a baseball player, it can be a comedian, it can be a politician. Steves, all right? Here we go. I'm putting my timer on. I'm putting my chair here for assistance. 50 seconds on the clock. Steve! Rotating in, full body in that plank position. Nice big rotation, all the way up, rotate, up. Try to keep those hips in place. I just felt my hips going out of place. So I want to make sure that I'm pulling my hips, my abs in, so my hips are in place. I'm not slowly letting them rise up. Always working on form and movement, even when we're thinking of other things. All right, get the chair out of the way. Come up off the floor. last exercise, as you know, is cardio. Number 50 seconds on the clock. Cardio, 50 seconds, and we're done with the circuit. Moving on to our last section. 50 seconds and go! To make it a little more fun, I'm going to change direction. Whatever I can do to make those 50 seconds go nice and quick. Maybe I'm going to take it to doubles. Ready? All right, that makes it a little more different. Go back to singles. Back to doubles. Single. Time. All right. Join me as we walk around the room and get our heart rate down. Found it. All right, we got the music down, we got the timer off, we got our heart rate up, so we want to bring that heart rate down. Remember, one of the safest and best ways to bring that heart rate down is to actually slow it down yourself. We're going to take one deep breath together and then 4 exhales together. Here we go. Do it again. Deep breath in. Exhale. Let's do it one more time just for fun. Hopefully your heart rate is down. If not, please continue walking around, getting that heart rate down. The last section we're going to do is really just a cognitive and movement section together. It's not necessarily exercise, except that it is exercise for the brain. I'm going to give you eight movements. 8 movements in order. I'm going to ask you to remember them. So we're working on memory, we're working on focus, working on balance, working on all those things together. And then I'm going to speed it up, and so again, we're working on speed. So here's the 8, join me. I'm going to start off with my right hand. My right hand's going to cross over to my hip. So it's hip, open, knee, lunge, cross, clap, kick, slap, cross, open, knee, knee, yeah, I was right, lunge, cross, clap, kick, clap, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, clap, kick, clap, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, under, kick, clap, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, under, kick, clap, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, under, kick, clap, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, clap, kick, clap, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, under, kick, clap, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, under, kick, clap, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, under, kick, clap, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, clap, under, clap, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, under, kick, 2 more, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, clap, kick, last time, cross, open, knee, lunge, cross, under, kick, clap, and done. All right, that's something you can kind of play with a little on your own. Just a memory, a focus, memory game. Great for balance, great for working on balance because while your mind is thinking, you're multitasking basically is what you're doing. Your mind is thinking about where your body is, you're holding yourself up, but you're also trying to remember and focus on the pattern. So good for you if you got it, good for you if you didn't, it doesn't matter, you're still a good person. I love you either way. So I'm going to bring that chair over and we're going to cool off together. So I'm going to start off with stretching. I'm going to use the chair for my exercise. We're going to start off with using your glutes, your larger muscles. You can do this standing. Put your ankle on your knee and sit back. I'm going to sit down. Put that knee, same position, just doing it seated. I'm going to keep that ankle on my knee. Think about pushing without using my hands, gently pushing that knee down and leaning forward. While we're doing this, let's use a little vocal power, a little vocal exercise while we're stretching. About 10 seconds, let's say ooh. Ooh. Great. All right. Let's do the same thing to the other side. One good side deserves another. Make sure that your ankle is over the knee is over this knee is gently pushing down without you pulling it. You can do the standing, same thing, number 4 stretch, holding on for balance if you need it, sitting back. And let's say ah, because this feels great, opening up the mouth and saying Good, all right, continuing on down the leg, let's stretch out the shins and the hamstrings. We're going to start off with that right leg. Your heel is down, your toe is up. By the way, I neglected to mention all those, that toe heel, the heel digs. That is important for gait because we want to make sure that you're not shuffling. By shuffling, you need to lift your heel and toe. Forgot to mention that earlier, but that's why, one of the reasons besides cardio, that we did that heel dig. So let's stretch out all those muscles. The leg is in front if you're standing. The leg is still in front. Your heel is up, your heel is down, and you're sitting back, stretching all those muscles from behind. I'm going to, again, stay seated, and I'm leaning gently without using my back or stressing my back, and leaning right into it and holding. And let's say ooh once again. Ooh. And switch sides. Heel down, toe up, reinforcing that motion of dropping the heel and lifting the toe. Leaning gently into it, not stressing the back. Deep breath in, we say ah together. All right, so that's our lower body. We got that done. Let's continue. Let's do the front of the, I always forget, let's do the front of the legs as well. I'm going to, you can either, here's your choices, you can either stand back, put all your weight, most of your weight, on the chair so that you're really lengthening this muscle, almost in that runner's lunge again. Remember I talked about that earlier, that it's usually used as a stretch. You can either straighten that leg or bend it, that's your stretch. Or if you need the assistance of a chair, you can stay right here. I'm going to turn sideways. Right here, holding the chair, the knee is bent. I'm feeling a great stretch in my flexor and in my knee. And let's say la, like the song, la, ready? La. Good. All right, slowly and gently come out of that. I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to use the other leg. You have your choice. Once again, you can bring that leg way back. You can hold on to the chair. You can grab hold of your toe. Whatever works for you to stretch out that front leg. I'm going to stay right here into that runner's lunge, but with a slightly bent leg, using all these muscles to stretch. And now let's say oh. Ready? Oh. All right, nice job. We're going to take that chair. Let me get that out of the way. Open up those arms, palms up to the sky. Open up your chest. We're in a slight arch position. I don't want you to overstretch. Slight arch position. Let's say the letter A as we're just opening up the chest and shoulders. A. All right, and Now we're going to reverse that and stretch those upper back muscles that we use during that rotation. So we want to drop the chin, bring your arms here. Try not to take the whole body with you, just your upper body, or stretching the shoulders and upper back. And now we're going to say you. Ready? You. Great job. Open up those arms nice and wide. Bring your arms over your head. Full body stretch, reaching as high as you can. Open up your chest, your shoulders. Feel your arms lengthening, your abdominals lifting. Feel your legs tightening and contracting. Every muscle in your body is reaching and lengthening, and everything feels great after that full body exercise. Keep it going a little higher, just a little higher. We are done. Let's finish with a big yay. Ready? Yay! Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had as much fun as I did. This was great. Thank you for joining us at Power for Parkinson's each week. If you enjoyed the exercise class, please give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. This will help other people find our YouTube. We are one of the very few young onset classes that I found on YouTube or that are around. So we want to make sure that as many people can benefit from this as possible. Also, just a reminder, this Monday, our talk about young onset, Alan Cole with the blog PD Wise will be our guest, speaking to you and us about various different issues dealing with Parkinson's disease. I hope you will join us, and I will see you next week. Have a safe and wonderful week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.